Hey everyone, I'm Nadine. Majority of you already know me from the corner at Ramsgate. I've been asked by Craig, my manager, to go on a journey with Tracy to discuss a project called ACEs, which stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. I'm really excited to be on this journey with Tracy, as it's something that I believe that I can learn a lot from. I'm just going to pass you to Tracy now, who will discuss what ACEs means.
Brilliant, thanks Nadine, and thanks so much for inviting me on this journey with you. I'm really excited about it. My role is family wellbeing coach with families in the local area to the corner, and I am absolutely passionate about supporting families to understand ACEs and their impact, because once we understand about their impact, then it makes a huge difference on how we can parent our children, and it really can improve our quality of life. So if I can just tell you a little bit more about that. ACEs are adverse childhood experiences, like you said, and that just means negative childhood experiences. So negative things that happen to us as we're growing up that cause us a high level of stress, which becomes toxic, and it really impacts on our development. It affects the way that we see ourselves, it affects the way we see those around us, it affects our relationships, and it affects our parenting. So it's so important to really understand about ACEs and to learn more about ourselves and how we've been impacted by our childhood experiences, because when we do that and we understand ourselves better, then we can take more control over our situation, and we can learn to respond in different ways that are healthier, that make family life a lot happier. So that's what we're looking at with this project. Do you want to say a little bit more about how we're going to be running it over the next few weeks?
Yeah, sure. So for the next 12 weeks, Tracy and I will catch up what we are doing at the moment, and a video will be sent to me, which I will record myself reacting to a video, which I'll then upload onto YouTube and a Facebook page called Nadine's Family Wellbeing Journey, to which then you can subscribe to, you can like, you can share. The more shares and the more subscribers will then bring out the word a little bit more about ACEs, and it will help other parents learn about adverse childhood experiences. If I can ask actually, Tracy, can you give a trigger on ACEs?
Yeah, definitely. So I think a really common example of how our adverse childhood experiences impact on our parenting would be that many of us will get triggered when our children don't do what they're told, especially when we're out at the supermarket, we're out shopping, out and about, and our children really play up and they're not doing what they're told, and other people might be looking at us, maybe muttering under their breath, and you want the ground just to open up and swallow you. And or you might be at home and you might be inviting family around for dinner, and all of a sudden your children are playing up and you're just really, really embarrassed. And what happens to a lot of us in those situations, if we've experienced ACEs, that situation will trigger a feeling of frustration and helplessness and powerlessness that we had from when we were children, and it will trigger us straight away. And because of that triggering, we will respond from the survival part of our brain rather than the logical front part of our brain. So we will just react, and often in that reacting it won't be very positive. So we will tend to get drawn into a dialogue with our children that's not very helpful. We might raise our voice, we might start consequencing, we might tell them they've got to go to bed early, they're going to lose their tablet, they're not going to be allowed out, all these type of things. And all that happens is we make the situation worse, and we dig ourselves a hole that we can't get out of. So when we understand that, okay, that's just me being triggered and I'm really not responding in a helpful way here, then we can learn really simple strategies to help us in those moments, to calm ourselves down and to respond more positively in ways that actually positively manage our children's behaviour and strengthen our relationship with them even during those difficult moments. So that's why it's so helpful to understand about ACEs and their impact, and it has a real practical benefit to our everyday life, which hopefully makes family life better.
Oh, it sounds perfect. I can't wait to go on this journey with you, Tracy, to learn more about ACEs.
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah, I look forward to starting next week.
Yes, speak to you then. Take care, Tracy.
Yeah, take care, bye.
Bye.